Oh, hey. How's it going? How are you? Happy New Year.
When I go with confidence, when I go to roll like hips and take back sip on it, take a trip on it. When I go who can.
January 1st, 2022. Happy New Year. If I look crazy, it's because I have one contact in my eye and I cannot, for the life of me, figure it out. But anyways, Happy New Year to all those subscribed and all those watching. I am Ronnie Rochelle. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. And what are we doing today? Today I'm going to Disneyland Part 2. So I spent my New Year's Eve in Disneyland with my friends and their daughters, and we went to Disneyland's here in Anaheim, California, and then today we're going to California Adventure, which is their sister park across the way. So we getting all cute for that, but in order for me to go anywhere, I have to see, and my contacts are not acting right. And as much as I love the glasses look, it's not what I'm going for today. So let me put my contacts on and then I will be right back. Anybody who's ever had worn contacts, first of all, putting contacts in your eyes alone will make you want to get LASIK surgery. But look at this. Can y'all see that? You probably can't. That probably doesn't help, but there's a whole tear in my contact. Now I gotta go make an appointment with my optometrist because I'm running. Okay, so I'm back to putting on my lashes the regular way. It bothers me, but whatever. So we're gonna go with that. So the real world is rebooting Tammy Roman's season. And if you watch the real world, or her original season aired back in 1993. So on her season, one particular episode, Tammy was naked in bed. Well, she had a bra and panties on, but she was under the covers. And this other black guy, his name was David, he took it upon himself jokingly to snatch the covers off of Tammy while she was in bed. And he ended up dragging her down the hall by the blanket. And there was another girl on the cast who was trying to help Tammy and like cover her up. But the black guy succeeds in getting the blanket off of her, and he's laughing, thinking it's a joke. And immediately when Tammy's exposed, the girl goes and covers her. And as a result of his actions on the show, he was kicked off because the women said they didn't feel safe. So now that they're rebooting this season and they're having them all come together 27 years later, they're addressing the issues, and he happens to be on the cast. And he was saying that I guess like two of the women on the cast, so it was Tammy Roman, of course, a black woman. One of them, the other girl's name is Beth. She's a white woman. And the other lady's name is Irene. Irene is a Latina woman. So they all said that they didn't feel safe. Irene was actually a cop at the time in LA back in '93. She's probably retired now. But when the incident happened, Irene states, I should have yelled rape and called the cops because they would show up. And the fact that she threw the word rape out there, and then the white woman threw the word rape out there, he ended up getting kicked off the show. And he was trying to make it in Hollywood as a comedian at the time. And when this aired, it basically ruined his career. So he's coming back on the show with kind of like a chip on his shoulder, a little bit of a grudge, but it's actually, it's very valid. First of all, like his grudge towards those women was very valid because they shouldn't have used the term rape. It was used out of it was used in the wrong context, and it really ruined this man. And as a black woman, I don't agree with other races claiming rape on black men when it wasn't. If y'all ever seen the movie Rosewood, that's exactly what this situation reminded me of, and that bitch was triggered, because so I don't trust white women. Anywho, moving on. So anyways, Tammy is addressing the issue of him ripping the blanket off of her, and she told him that basically she felt she was battling body dysmorphia, and she was bulimic, and all those things were happening at the time. And when she opens up, and you guys know, like, if you know Tammy, you know that Tammy is super like hard exterior, but she's just very guarded. And so she's opening up, trying to be very vulnerable, and this man starts laughing at her. He starts laughing at her. Like, that really pissed me off. First of all, if I ever see him in the streets, because I believe he still lives in LA, and he starts laughing, and then he starts, and Tammy's like, do you understand that I just told you something and you're laughing at me? And he was like, well, if I would have known that you had those issues, I would ask not to be casted with you. The audacity. Like, when we say protect black women, this is exactly what we mean. Like, and when we say Uncle Tom and Conan for coins, this is exactly what we mean, sir. What kind of behavior is that? Like, this man is very problematic to me. And I've only seen clips on TikTok. I really want to watch the season, because even from the clips, he's, like I said, he's very problematic. So anyways, Tammy's going on about her story, and she like opens up, and from the sounds of it, I feel like he blames Tammy for his career. And I don't think he's so far disconnected. Like, he wants to blame the black woman when she did not do anything to his career. And it's bothering, because he's trying to make her the villain in every scene, every situation that Tammy speaks up and advocates for herself. He tries to make her the villain. So like, they get past that. Tammy apologizes, you know, for her part. He apologizes for his part. The white woman and the Latina woman, they apologize for the whole rape issue. They dead it. They move on. So then later on, another scene was, there was a white guy in the cast. I don't know his name. And he was telling a story about his black friend and how somebody called his black friend a nigger. But the white guy actually says the word Nigger. And Tammy was like, hold on, you don't get to say that. And then he was like, well, he called my friend the N, like, and he says it again. And Tammy was like, you shouldn't feel comfortable to say that. And he was like, I'm telling a story, and he was calling my friend that. And Tammy is like, and I'm telling you, as a friend, you don't need to be saying that word. Not when, behind anybody, like, not when I'm in the room, not when I'm out the room, you don't need to be saying it. And so then the Latina woman, Irene, she stands up. She was like, she's telling you that you don't need to be saying nigger. And Tammy looks at her and she was like, and you don't need to be saying it either. And you Hispanic, and like, she was like, you don't need to be saying it. And I don't care if you're Hispanic or not. And, or Latina or not. And, she was like, you know, there's racial slurs within the brown community that I would never utter. And she was like, so you need to, like, do me the same courtesy and not say the word either. And it was just really bothering that Tammy was sitting there standing up for herself and for black people, and the only other black man in the room, this David guy, is just sitting there being hella quiet, not saying nothing. And I was like, that's why, that just bothered it. Like, something about this man just really bothers my soul, because how can you sit there and let a black woman take all this heat and not defend her or back her up? Like, you're the definition of a coward. You are so far removed from your blackness. It's bothersome. It's giving Uncle Tom, for real. And so Tammy's like talking or whatever, and she goes into confessional, and she was like, I'm wondering, there's another black man there, why am I the only one who's talking? Like, and then he goes in confessional, and he was like, I think Tammy's out of line. Out of line? Out of line where? Please let me know, because, hold on. Okay, my friends are on the way. So anyways, it was just so bothersome that Tammy had to fight that fight alone, and there was another black man in the room who didn't feel the need to come to her aid or help further explain where she's coming from. He's so, like I said, he's so far removed from his blackness. It's bothersome. And I felt like he was trying to villainize her in every confessional clip. And I think Tammy's out of wrong. Tammy was not out of line. She was nowhere out of line for checking that white man to feel comfortable to say that word in her presence. She was nowhere out of line. And I think that he just still has a grudge, and he wants to blame her for his actions 26 years ago that ruined his career. He wants to blame Tammy so bad rather than take accountability. Like, even at the end of that clip, when they going back to when he dragged her down the hall and exposed her on national TV, he didn't take, like, he still couldn't take accountability for his actions, and that's very bothersome. You know, I'm somebody, I take accountability for my actions. I expect those around me to take accountability for their actions. So baby, I couldn't be in that house. I could not be in that house because he, like, I want to troll him so bad. Like, I want to get on Twitter and go off on him. Like, what kind of man are you? And then he has a black daughter. She's 25, lives out here in LA. And I don't know what version of events or like what he has his daughter thinking, but his daughter is like, yeah, that woman's evil. Talking about Tammy. She's evil and she ruined your career and da-da-da, and she's problematic. This is why. This is why, baby. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. Hopefully we can get, like, as a community, hopefully one day we could just get to a place where we don't have to coon for coins, and we can be real in our blackness, and we can be authentic, and we can be heard without coming across as aggressive or coming across as angry or coming across as anything other than just communicating our feelings to somebody about something they did. It's just, it's problematic. It's bothersome. Anywho, I'm gonna finish getting dressed, and then I'm going to go to California Adventure. I'm not going to bring my camera. I'll probably just record things on my phone, which I need to charge right now. So see you guys later.
When I go with confidence, when I go to the road like hips and take back sip on it, take a trip on it. When I go, you can go slow, wind it up all night.